let's talk about today's event. How important is it to have an event like this?
Well, I think it's important to prevent tragedies, and the way we prevent tragedies is kind of getting back to basics. We just talk to our kids. You know, it's the same thing that my parents told me when I was very little. You know, don't get in a car with a stranger. Somebody pulls up, wants to talk to you, just keep walking. If someone starts to grab you, scream, run, just get out of there. These are kind of basic things. Our other message is particularly for the older kids who are on the internet or who are texting information all the time. Be careful what you put up on the internet. You know, we have predators who are out there who are looking for kids. We have kids who go into chat rooms, and frankly, there's sexual predators who go into those chat rooms. They know where these kids are. You know, historically, a sexual predator would go to a playground, or a kid was walking home from school. They certainly still do that, and we have to warn children about that. But they also go up on the internet now, because that's where kids are. Kids are in chat rooms. So, you know, this is just an opportunity, National Missing Children Day, to look at what we do in regard to prevention and have parents talk to their kids about it.
It's kind of easy to get parents to understand. It's a little more difficult to get maybe students to understand, especially younger ones, what they need to do. How important is it to drive that through, the things that they need to know?
I think it is getting back to basics, though. I think kids get it. I mean, you know, when I talk to these kids here today, they know the basics. You know, kindergarten kids, I was talking to them, they know not to get in a car with a stranger. I mean, they've heard that. The teachers have told them, the parents have told them. We just need to constantly keep reinforcing that. I mean, you know, what you learn with kids is that, you know, it's a reinforcement. You have to keep telling them that and make sure they understand.
How important is also not to give up the hope, the search for these children? We released, almost 600 balloons today? We
released balloons today, and that is just to indicate that we're not giving up. We're not giving up hope. You know, these are kids who we care about, and they're out there somewhere. And, you know, it's why we put their pictures up on the Attorney General's webpage, to let people see those pictures, and maybe they will see that child. We even do aging, where a child is missing at age 10, and now it's 10 years later. Well, we try to age that picture to make it look like what that child would look like today, if that child was right here.
And especially with the recent Cleveland incident, I mean, how important it is just to keep fighting.
Well, I think what Cleveland showed us all is that even when 10 years have gone by and we don't think there's any chance that that person is around or even alive, that in some cases there still is hope. And I think our message is one of hope. The balloon launch is kind of a hopeful thing. And that we know that tragedy is out there, but we also know that some of these kids are still alive, and some of these kids may return.
And how important is it for parents also to keep updating pictures of their kids and keeping current ones available so that if anything happens?
You know, I don't think we have a big problem today where people take so many pictures and they have phones, but you know, make sure you've got a current picture of the child and make sure it's readily available so that if that child is missing, that very quickly you can put your hands on that picture or you know, go to your cell phone if the picture's on your cell phone and get that to the police so that picture can get out instantly right on the news media so people can see that picture that night. It's just important, and I think most people do that today, but again, we have to kind of remind ourselves that that's important.